Alright, I am about to show you how to debone a chicken, and along the way I'm going to show you how to spatchcock it, which I'm probably doing this whole video just so I can say the word spatchcock. Alright, so you want to start with a chicken. This one's kind of a little guy, and it's because I'm going to put him in a turducken after a while. But I've got him nicely defrosted. I've taken out the little packet, and I'm going to turn him over. Now, when I wrote out the article on how to do this, one of the first things I said was to come in here and remove this wishbone. On these little bitty guys, it's kind of hard to see and hard to find. It's normally, and you can feel it, it's under there, but on this one it's so soft it's not going to make a difference, so we're going to skip it. Alright, so put him right like this. Now, it's very important that you have extremely sharp knives to do this, okay? Because you're just not going to get anywhere without them. And all you're doing at this point, see, I'm just working my way down on the backbone. See, and my knife just doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, so let's skip it. We're going to go to the kitchen shears. You can feel where those ribs kind of come into the backbone right there. There we go. The first step is to get rid of that backbone, and we're going to open it up so we can see what we're doing. Now, I am not a butcher. Okay, so there was that half, and if you see here, we're going to come right down this way on the other side. Now, there are all kinds of reasons, get through there, that you might want to learn to do this yourself. First of all, I think that any kitchen technique is worth learning at least once. And secondly, there is the cost factor. If you go to purchase chicken that's already been broken down for you, it is much more expensive. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this one. There we go. There, that's off of there. Now, set all these things aside, because that's what you're going to mix turkey or chicken stock with. This is a chicken, not a turkey. Okay, now see, we're already opening up here. This is exactly what we want. So, like I said, cost is huge. You can often find whole chickens for well under $1 a pound. And if you look at boneless and skinless chicken, or the breast or the thigh, you're paying a premium because they've done some of the work for you. And on top of that, okay, we found the next thing we're looking for. It's where the thigh meets the backbone. And what you're looking for here, and it might take some tweaking to uncover exactly what it is. What you're looking for there is, there. See how that popped out of there? All you really have to cut through at this point is that tendon. You're going to separate this out. See? And he comes off of there. Here we go. Perfect. So anyway, not only do you pay a lot more to have somebody do this for you, and granted, they probably do it faster. I am not a butcher. I had third great grandparents that were butchers from France. I don't think that came across genetically, but hey, I'll take it. Alright, so now that you've separated the thigh, see, here's the thigh and the leg, you're just going to let that sit over here. And you're coming in as close to this rib cage as you can get. Am I blocking the camera? I'm sorry. And I like to feel my way right up here, and what you're doing at this point is you're coming into where the breast meat begins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, because I'm not terribly fast, and I don't think you want to watch me forever, I'm going to show you how to do half of this bird, the important parts. And I've got one over here I've already separated. Alright, now here we're coming into where we've got the tendons from the wings. Same thing. You want to kind of find where that joint, and you may have to finesse with the tip of your knife. There we go. See that tendon? And I will say the tendon, the wings are full of tendons. There's 100 of them, but there's the first one. And we just want to pop right through that. There we go. And that will let us begin separating. Oh, there's a little bit more. Okay, now, if you've ever taken a look at a whole chicken breast, you've got the breast tender and you've got the breast meat itself. you can see where it wants to separate here. Right here is the tender. We're just coming at it backwards. We normally see it from the other side. And this is kind of the keel of the breastbone right here. You see how it joins here? Here's the center line. This is where his little tailbone was. Or her. I'd say this was a her. Chances are. And so we've gotten to the halfway point here. And there is that wishbone I couldn't find a minute ago. So we're just going to pop him out right here. There we go. Alright, so I've separated 1/2 of the breast meat. And you simply repeat on the other side. And if you're kind of confident, you get to where you felt your way around and you kind of know what you're doing, you can actually approach this from the opposite side, kind of going underneath. There you go. And take it out like that. And you have to work your way around that breastbone. And just keep working the tip of your knife. Let's see. There we go. Now, I like to double check. Make sure I'm not losing or leaving any of the little tiny pin bones, or I guess pin bones are in fish. These would be the rib bones. Am I blocking? Sorry about that. I'm just coming under the other side. I'm looking for I should run into 2 things right here. Remember, we're looking for the tendons that are joining that wing. We haven't quite gotten there. There's one. There. I'm going to slice him open right here. Now, there's all kinds of other reasons, not just the cost factor, of why you would want to debone poultry. And the same process works for chicken as for turkey or for duck. Okay, there we go. We've gone all the way up to where our only juncture is our tendon on that wing. Now, I know butchers that can do this like in seconds. Now, and it's awesome. If you've got a butcher that will debone things for you, oh my gosh, get them to do it. Unfortunately, I don't. So I've had to learn how to do this. Now remember, we're saving all this stuff. Alright, now at this point we've taken out the backbone, we've taken out the breastbone, and feeling my way, there's the other half of the wishbone. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do the legs. And at every point along here, you really want to preserve the skin, and there's a reason for that. You can, of course, debone it in sections. If you simply want to like deep fry it, you want good old southern fried chicken, you simply take the bird apart, of course, and then if for some reason you want to debone at that point, debone the individual pieces. It's much, much easier. But at this point, what we're going to have when we're all said and done is what's called a spatchcocked bird. I love that word. I think that's the most awesome word. That's got to be a British word. Now, all that means is that you've taken all his bones out and left him in his skin. Alright, so we removed that thigh bone, and we've come in here, and we're looking for, and you got a lot of tendons in here in the leg too. You got to make sure you slice through those. And what we're looking for, oh, here we go, right here. See the knob of that leg bone coming out of there? We're going to carefully work the tip of our knife around until we have released the tip of that bone. And even with all I'm doing to this thing, I haven't broken the skin yet, which is, sometimes I do. It's not the end of the world. What you can do with this, though, when you have got all of his little bones out, let's get that in there. This is the tricky part. This is the one part that gives me a hard time every time. We're deboning the thighs and the legs and the wings. There we go. I got it. You will have a completely boneless entire chicken. Now, if you want something out of this world, make a wild mushroom toast off wild mushrooms. There we go. Now, you see how I'm just running the tip of that knife down the bone? Sever a tendon. And you're continue to scoot him down. Just like that. No tendon. Because what you're going to be able to do in just a second is pop it out. Anyway, toast off wild mushrooms, a little bit of shallot, a little bit of white wine, some rosemary, some fresh thyme, a little bit of fresh parsley, salt and pepper. Aha! Pop. Now, check this out. Turn his leg back inside out. Okay, so he looks just like he still has his bones. Almost. Spread all that wild mushroom stuff in here. Roll it up. Roast it that way. And you've made, in effect, an entire chicken roulade. Okay, now the wings are also a little bit tricky, but they operate the exact same way as the legs. You're looking for all those little tendons that want to join. You know, those are the working pieces and parts of the bird. The legs and the wings, as much as any part of a commercially raised chicken is going to be a working part. They don't do a whole lot of exercise most of the time. Even the free-range varieties don't move around that much. But you are still going to have quite a few tendons. And you're doing the same thing. See, we're just scooting down. When we come across those little tendons, we just pop them out of there. You're preserving all the meat and the skin intact. And you're almost able to do the same thing here. Now, the difference with the wing is that you have this joint. Now, traditionally, if I were in France, I would go ahead and debone this section, the little arm section. Frankly, that increases the work by about tenfold. It's incredibly difficult to do. So instead, what I do is remove it that way. Okay? So we've deboned this half. Okay? This is what it looks like on that half. Now, hang on. I'll be right back. Let me show you what it looks like when I've done the whole thing. Let me do this with my elbows. Yes. Okay. What you have when you've done the other half is this. Ta-da! This is a spatchcocked chicken. Now, spatchcocked, that just means you took all his bones out. Okay, now if you want the best chicken you've ever had in your life, put this on the grill this way, skin side down. Season it heavily, put a baking sheet on there, a couple of bricks, and it will be the most savory, succulent, crispy skinned thing of beauty you've ever had. Or, if you want to do what I'm about to do to this little guy, I'm going to roll him up. I'm going to stuff him inside of a duck, and I'm going to stuff that inside of a turkey, because Thanksgiving's around the corner, and it's time for turducken. So, now you know how to debone a turkey, or a chicken, or a duck, or any of the above. You can spatchcock it, you can roll it up, and you can stuff it somewhere. Any of those things. And it's all fabulous. Super easy to do. And I've got all of the instructions written out on my website if you need step-by-step pictures. So, there you go.